Forgets that they're okay. Hoping you can see some of the texture that I just put on here on this one and this one, both. Just put some texture on there. Come around this way, maybe get the light a little different. This one's got a lot of texture. And my plan for this one is to let this texture dry, and then I'm going to come back over it with a completely different design in texture before I paint anything. So this is basically background texture on a semi-abstract painting that I'm planning. I hope that works out. I'm not really sure if that's going to turn out the way I want it to, but we'll see. This one, the texture is much lighter. It's very light texture. It's not heavy. My plan for this one is almost going to be like a landscape, but still abstract to semi-abstract. Both of these I have in mind a particular titles and themes or all that stuff for the paintings for the project, but all will be revealed. Let me get a little further on them before we start talking about that, because as you guys know, sometimes I start things and then lo and behold they change on me. So today I did some work upstairs here at Logan Street Sanctuary with the glossing of fault lines, which is still drying, so it looks kind of murky, but when it's dry it'll just be nice and glossy. And then I did the texture on these two, and then I'm going to go downstairs to my normal little place and work on Onward, the one that's on the easel. So that's my next stop. All right, hang in there. See you in a minute. Bye. Okay, so today I'm just going to work on a little bit more of the black down here at the bottom. So I put the camera pretty much, hopefully, tight to it so you'll be able to see. I just want this part to be a little darker than it is now. Not a lot, not a lot. I'm just going to do this kind of lightly. Like I said, my vision for things always changes. I thought I could do this with a brush, but I'm not sure. Not sure about it. Oh, I think if I do it a little bit differently, it might be okay. It doesn't. I don't want it to be like uniform or anything like that. I want there to be some different textures coming out. So that's one of the reasons I'm using a brush. If I don't like how it looks, you know what I'll do. I'll just paint over it, because that's what I do. I just keep layering on paint till I like the way things look. And sometimes that takes a while. So I'm just kind of experimenting on this one. I've never really done a painting like this before, so I just want to hit these textures very lightly and from different angles. And I think that's going to be a cool effect. But again, not sure. So I was looking at this one from more of a distance and decided to, not do as much of the lines, the heavy lines I was going to do. When I was looking at this painting, stepped back from a distance a little bit, I really liked the way it looked kind of as is. So I don't want to do too much to it. I just want to do a little bit like this towards the bottom to just darken up and give it a little more depth of texture towards the bottom here. But I really was surprised when I stepped back, which is kind of hard to do in this small space, as you guys know, because you're sitting here in a very cramped small space. But it's it's a little hard to get that far away perspective. But I was really thinking as I came down the hallway and kind of rounded the corner of the hallway, I could kind of see how it looked from more of a distance, and I really liked it. I really was surprised at how it looked, and how the lines that are already here in the texture kind of created their own path-like effect. And that's the whole point of this painting, is the idea that it's a path, and that, you know, anybody's life has obstacles and rough patches, and it's a journey. There's supposed to be this, hopefully you're getting an effect of perspective and distance as the painting goes upward, for lack of a better descriptor. That's kind of what I was going for. So I don't know, you can't probably tell today because I've moved the camera in so close, but I really do feel like we're achieving that, or I'm achieving that with the way I'm applying the paint. I feel really good about it, so I'm excited to kind of be closer to it being done than maybe I even thought, which is always kind of nice, because I've already started 2 more paintings, as you know, because we were upstairs putting texture on those, and I'm pretty excited to get going on those. As far as more texture, more detail in the actual imagery that I'm plotting for those. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this one already, and it's not even done yet. So woohoo! Right? That's always good. So I'm gonna go ahead and well, we're probably out of camera range now, but I'm just working my way up the painting. Not a lot towards the top, because like I told you guys before, I want it to be lighter at the top. But I am going to go ahead and highlight some of the texture with the black, so that then if I come back with white at the top, there's even more effective layer and texture on the painting in general. So I think that's kind of a good thing for me to do at this point, rather than have it just completely stark white at the top. I'm going to go ahead and do some black up here too, and then come back with white and really knock that away, the black. I think that'll be good. At least I hope so. So we'll see. Like I said, it's always a challenge to know when I'm doing what I'm doing, if it's what I really want to do. So, but I kind of like this. I kind of like the way it's got some really different colors, and not colors because it's all black and white, but the details of those colors change in different areas of the painting, and I really do kind of like that a lot. So we'll see how this one ends up. I don't know. I'm kind of excited about it in a strange way. Yep. Go ahead and do this a little bit. I have to do a lot of white touch-up up there. I messed that up pretty bad. Good thing that part's not on camera, right? So anyway, onward, this is what we call this one, I'm pretty sure. And I think by the time I get the top the way I want it, the effect will be complete. Right now it's a little bit of a work in progress still, but I am excited about it. I really am. I like it. So I like the way this is. I'm going to put a few more places a little bit darker. Again, it's kind of, sometimes I get a different perspective when I move, and while I was up on my step stool working on the top, I could kind of look down and see where I want it to be a little bit more dark. So, you know, that's kind of cool to be able to just be working, and as you're working, see where you want to make a difference. So yeah, I'm excited by this one. It's a little bit. It's really turning out very differently than I originally planned, but that's okay. I'm happy with that. So yeah, I hope you guys like it too. I don't know. I had some people say, no, don't do anything to it, it's great. And I'm like, it needs a little something, something. So I'm doing a little something, something today. I am. I'm juicing it up a little bit with some fun black. I like working with the black and the white and the gray. I really do. More than I thought I would, actually. It's kind of a neat, stark, harder, less, you know, so much of the time I use such bright colors and try to, you know, emphasize that hopeful, bright aspect of life with hidden disabilities, where, you know, I really do believe you got to just persevere and keep going. And actually, this painting might be called Perseverance. I'm not really sure now that I say that, but I'm thinking of it as Onward, but we'll see. Anyway, I kind of like this. I like it with the black and the white and the gray. I'm happy with the effects of this one. I think it's shaping up kind of the way I want. So anyway, yeah, it kind of fits the mood of the day too. Man, it's so cold and wet and gloomy outside. Weather here in Indiana, ugh, nasty. January 10th. Dreary is what I would say the weather outside is. Dreary and cold and wet and yucky. And I think this weekend we're supposed to get freezing rain and all kinds of horrible, awful stuff. So I'll be so glad when this winter is over and spring comes again. So, okay. I'm going to stop before I get past the point of where I like the way it looks, which I can do quite often. That's good for now. I like it. All right. I'll see you guys next time.